Hello, I'm Lucinda, a trainer at Acuity Training Limited. I teach Excel, and this short video is to help you decide which level is right for you. This clip is about our Excel Advanced level. This is for the user who already has been using Excel for formulae, filtering, sorting, conditional formatting, and graphs. You now want to move yourself on, develop your skills and your confidence further. For example, pivot tables is covered in our Excel Advanced class, and I was going to give you a short introduction on this video. Let's have a look then at how to create a pivot table. I have a database which we will use to create our pivot table. The very first thing to do is to select the actual data table itself from which you want to create the pivot table from. We come up to the Insert tab and we open up the Insert ribbon and we have a Tables group. And in our Tables group we have a Pivot Table command. If we click on that command, we are given a dialog box of options to create our pivot table. So we're currently selecting the data we want to analyse with the pivot table. Select a table or range has already been selected, and Excel has guessed by blanks above and to the right and at the bottom of the data as to where our data table is. We can also select from an external data source that you may be linked to as well. We're going to be selecting the table or range of data from our sheet, and you can see the flashing marquee now around my data. I want the pivot table to be based or located in a new worksheet in this book. So I'm clicking on new worksheet for this reason. And I'm now going to click on OK, and my pivot table shell will actually now be created. I'm now deciding which fields, objects can be moved into my pivot table. I'm going to be looking at the number of cars or the profit made from cars by month by salesperson. I'm actually going to select month, and I'm going to drag month down into the columns of my pivot. And when I drop my object, my field, into columns, I see that appearing onto the screen in columns there. I now need some rows in my pivot table. So I'm going to have salespeople by row. And I'm going to drag salesperson as the field into the rows of my pivot table. And all those salespeople from the database in this data sheet here have now been pulled over into my pivot table there. I'm missing values in my pivot table. So we're going to bring the price of all the cars. We're going to bring those in to my pivot by month and by salesperson. And as you can see, it totals. That's why it says sum here. It's totaling those car sales by month and by salesperson, as you can see there. So a very quick way of analysing a big database like this one here and giving us an answer basically to a query. And in this case, the query was the revenue by salesperson by month. What we can also do is produce a compound pivot where we can bring in, say for example, the make of car that the salesperson sold, and I can drag that look underneath my salesperson, creating a sub area, okay, a subfield called a compound pivot now. We can also have a look and change the sum of price for the value into the count of how many cars have been sold. We can also give our figures, our values. If I just change them back to sum again, we can also give our values a format. We can see there, look, number format. If I go to accounting, get my pound sign coming up and two decimal places, clicking on OK, and OK, that brings in my accounting format. And this is just a quick short look at how we can begin to use pivot tables and the benefits that it can give to us. If this is something you'd like to learn, This is on our Excel Advanced class. And if this is for you and you wish to book, please do go to www.acuitytraining.co.uk. I really hope you've enjoyed this short introduction to Excel Advanced pivot tables, and if we can give you further help, please do give us a call on 01483 688 488. Thank you for listening. Bye.